Previously on Down in the Dungeon, tales of wizards and worms. Deep beneath the company's abandoned headquarters in Drakestide Cove, our heroes made a startling discovery. The powerful wizard Jack Moonstrider, bound in magical chains and trapped in an eerily focused anti-magic field. Through the combined wit of Little Horn and Malveth's connection to the Shadowfell, they freed their imprisoned ally, only to uncover more troubling mysteries. A month lost to darkness, an entire company vanished without trace, and strange lights in the distant forest. Each answer only led to deeper questions. Now, gathered around a table of questionable delicacies procured by the Tabaxi cousins, later that night, Wormrex and another member of the party absconds from the tower and sets out to report back to the company leadership, leaving as our party prepares to unravel the dark web that has entangled Drakestide Cove. Let us return to our tale as shadows lengthen and secrets threaten to surface. As the first light of day creeps into the abandoned tower, our heroes stir from their uneasy slumber, unaware that the new dawn brings with it both absence and revelation. We see Crothar, the massive Goliath barbarian, rise first, his keen senses already alert. He's quickly followed by Nali and the Shadar Kai twins, Kaelin and Lyra, their movements silent and graceful. The aroma of cooking food wafts through the air. Jack Moonstrider and Malveth stand over a makeshift stove, their unlikely culinary alliance a testament to the strange circumstances that have brought them together.
By the mountain wind, something smells good.
Jack, I didn't peg you for the cooking type.
My dear, when you've lived as long as I have, you pick up a few survival skills, though I must admit, Malveth here has quite the knack for seasoning.
The Raven Queen teaches us that life and death are but two sides of the same coin. Cooking is somewhere in between.
The group exchanges bemused glances at Malveth's cryptic comment. But as the aroma of breakfast fills the air, a sense of unease begins to creep in. For not all of our heroes are accounted for.
Has anyone seen Little Horn or Kithri? And where are Wormrex and Jelani?
Now that you mention it, they're not in their beds.
Crothar and Nali emerge onto the roof to find Kithri and Little Horn standing at the parapet, their eyes fixed on the bustling city below.
Fascinating, isn't it? A whole city going about its business, completely unaware of the shadows lurking beneath their feet.
Makes you wonder how many other secrets this place is hiding.
Sorry to interrupt the brooding session, but have either of you seen Jelani or Wormrex?
Kithri and Little Horn exchange a glance before shaking their heads.
Breakfast is ready and Jack wants to speak with all of us. We should head down.
The group gathers around the table, the smell of fresh bread and mystery meat pies filling the air. But it's not the food that catches their attention. Next to each plate sits a gleaming silver ring.
Before we begin, I have something for each of you. These rings are a gift from myself and Wormrex. They're enchanted for long-distance telepathic communication. From this moment on, we'll be connected, no matter where our paths may lead us.
He holds up his own ring, demonstrating its use. The group exchanges looks of surprise and appreciation as they don the rings.
Jack, where are Wormrex and Jelani?
Oh yes, I'm afraid they've had to leave us, at least for now. They've set sail on the Emerald Tide Runner, bound for a hidden company outpost on a distant island. There's a teleportation circle there that will allow them to reach Valendareth directly.
And what exactly are they telling Valen?
Everything. The disappearance of our company members, my imprisonment, the warlock organization we were investigating, the mysterious cult beneath the city, the Black Dragon sighting, the lizard folk attacks. We're dealing with forces far beyond what we initially imagined.
A heavy silence falls over the table as the gravity of the situation sinks in. As our heroes grapple with this new information, the weight of their task becomes ever more apparent. With Wormrex and Jelani gone, they stand as the last line of defense against the encroaching darkness. Suddenly, Nali pushes back from the table, her chair scraping loudly against the floor.
He left without saying goodbye, without even telling me.
Before anyone can respond, she turns and storms out of the room, heading for the roof. The remaining members of the group exchange worried glances before turning their attention to their meals, each lost in their own thoughts. Atop the tower, surrounded by the sprawling cityscape, Nali finds herself alone with her thoughts and the weight of her cousin's absence. Her fur ruffled by the gentle breeze, her eyes glistening with unshed tears. Nali's hands tremble slightly as she grasps the silver ring, her voice barely above a whisper as she calls out to her cousin.
Jelani? Jelani, can you hear me?
Silence stretches out, each second feeling like an eternity. Just as Nali's shoulders begin to slump in defeat, a familiar voice echoes in her mind.
Holly, by the whiskers of fate, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to leave without saying goodbye.
You better have a good explanation, cousin. I thought we were partners in this.
It was Wormrex. He was in such a rush I barely had time to grab my gear, but listen, there's more to it than that.
Nali's ears perk up, her tail twitching with curiosity.
Wormrex knew you'd want to come with us, but he was adamant that you stay in Drakestide Cove. He says you're the best chance we have at uncovering the secrets of this criminal organization in the city.
He said that?
He did. Said you were an expert in navigating the urban underworld, that no one could uncover the city's secrets like you could.
A small smile plays at the corners of Nali's mouth, her earlier anger fading.
I suppose he's right about that. Still, I don't like being left behind.
You're not left behind, cousin. You're leading the charge on your own front, and with these rings, we're never truly apart.
Just be careful out there, Jelani. Keep an eye on that red half-dragon. Don't let him get you into trouble.
Me? Trouble? Never. You're the troublemaker in this family, remember?
Oh, shut up. Stay safe, cousin, and stay in touch.
As the telepathic connection fades, we see Little Horn emerge from the stairwell, carefully balancing 2 plates of food. She approaches Nali with a gentle smile. As one connection fades, another strengthens. In the quiet aftermath of revelation and separation, a moment of unspoken understanding blooms.
Thought you might be hungry. Breakfast is always better with a view, don't you think?
Nali accepts the plate with a grateful nod. The two settle into a companionable silence, their gazes sweeping over the city below as they eat. The Emerald Tide Runner makes its way to the horizon with Wormrex, Jelani and his crew, to an island few know about outside of the company. Their new mission is one of informing the leaders of the company and the mysterious order of the Aurelian scales that controls it behind the scenes. The sun hangs high in the sky, its warmth a stark contrast to the cool sea breeze. Nali and Little Horn sit in companionable silence, their eyes fixed on the distant horizon where the Emerald Tide Runner has long since disappeared from view. In the wake of departure, our heroes find solace in shared silence, the weight of their mission settling upon their shoulders like an invisible cloak. The peaceful moment is interrupted by the sound of footsteps ascending the stairs. Jack Moon Strider emerges onto the roof, flanked by the Shadar-Kai twins, Kaelin and Lyra. Behind them, Malveth Vral whispers intently to Kithri, while Crothar's imposing figure brings up the rear.
My friends, the board is set and we must make our moves with care and precision. Wormrex's departure leaves us with a grave responsibility. The missing company members, the criminal organization, the mysterious cult, all threads of a tapestry we've only begun to unravel.
He turns, his gaze sweeping over each member of the group. Jack's eyes settle on Malveth, Kithri and Crothar.
I'm entrusting the primary investigation to you three. Your experience and skills will be crucial in navigating the dangers that lie ahead.
He nods towards Little Horn and Nali.
And you two, your fresh perspectives and unique talents will be invaluable. Learn from your seniors, but don't be afraid to trust your instincts. As for me, I'll remain here with Kaelin and Lyra. My recent experiences have left me in need of recovery, but I won't be idle.
Jack's expression grows serious as he continues. He pauses, a glint of excitement in his eyes.
I'll be attempting to contact an old acquaintance, the mage Arcalium, along with his apprentice and rangers. Their aid could prove invaluable.
The mention of Arcalium sends a ripple of shock through the group. Little Horn is the first to find her voice.
Arcalium? You know Arcalium? We saw him when we arrived. He and his rangers attacked a caravan trying to enter the city.
Aye, we thought them bandits at first. But they rescued a young woman from one of the carriages before disappearing into the forest beyond the plains.
A rescue, you say? Fascinating. I wonder, could this caravan be connected to the cult? Or perhaps the criminal organization? They've been kidnapping people, and our missing company members.
He begins to pace, his mind clearly racing. His voice trails off, the implications hanging heavy in the air.
This changes everything. I must contact Arcalium immediately. Whatever is happening here, it's clear that the stakes are far higher than we initially believed.
The group descends from the rooftop, following Jack Moon Strider through the winding corridors of the tower. They arrive at a heavy iron door, intricately carved with arcane symbols. As our heroes prepare to venture into the heart of Drakestide Cove, they find themselves standing before a threshold both literal and metaphorical. Beyond this door lies not just an arsenal, but the weight of responsibility that comes with wielding such power. Jack places his hand on the door, muttering an incantation under his breath. The symbols glow briefly before the door swings open with a resounding creak.
Welcome, my friends, to the company's hidden treasure trove.
The party steps into the armory, their eyes widening at the sight before them. Racks of gleaming weapons line the walls, suits of armor stand at attention, and shelves overflow with magical items and potions.
By the astral winds, how is this place still fully stocked? Wouldn't the kidnappers have raided it?
Perhaps what we see is not what truly is. The veil between illusion and reality can be thin.
Illusion or not, this great axe feels real enough to me.
As the others begin to explore the armory, Little Horn approaches Jack, the wand she found earlier clutched in her hand.
Jack, I've been meaning to ask you about this.
She holds out the wand, its surface glimmering in the low light of the armory.
We found it when we first arrived. Is it yours?
I'm my old friend. I wondered where you had gotten to.
He takes the wand, turning it over in his hands with a fond smile before handing it back to Little Horn.
It is indeed mine, my dear, but I want you to keep it.
But it's so powerful. Are you sure?
Quite sure. Consider it a loan if you like. Besides, I have other wands. Perhaps one day, if you're interested, I'll show you my collection of rare arcane antiquities. It's quite eclectic.
As Jack's words hang in the air, one can't help but wonder what other secrets this enigmatic sorcerer might be keeping. What tales could his collection tell, if given the chance? Meanwhile, Gnarly has discovered a set of lockpicks of the Phantom that seem to hum with magical energy, as well as a cloak that seemed to be made for her, the shadow cloak of the cat. Kithri examines a greatsword that shimmers with an otherworldly light named the Astral Razor. Malveth found a mace of radiant glory, while Crothar hefts a massive great axe named Mountain Breaker, testing its weight. Each of the main party now armed with weapons that Jack Moonstrider keeps in his company tower's vault, including the war wand that he let Little Horn keep.
Remember, my friends, power such as this comes with a price. We must use these gifts wisely.
Malveth speaks true. These items aren't just weapons or tools, they're responsibilities. Use them well, and may they protect you in the trials to come.
As the party continues to equip themselves, the atmosphere in the armory shifts. The excitement of discovery gives way to a sense of purpose, of destiny. In the depths of the company's hidden armory, our heroes stand transformed, not just by the magical weapons they now wield, but by the weight of destiny they've chosen to bear. With Wormrex and Jelani racing across distant seas to warn the Order, and Jack Moonstrider reaching out to the enigmatic Arcalium, the pieces of a greater game begin to move. What secrets lie beneath the streets of Drakestide Cove? What dark forces conspire in the shadows of this ancient city? And will these newfound weapons be enough to face the trials that await our adventurers? Join us next time for another chapter of Days of Our Dice, as our heroes prepare to delve into the labyrinthine mysteries that threaten to consume their city. For in Drakestide Cove, every answer comes with a price, and every weapon bears a destiny of its own. Brave adventurers, your journey through the realms of Ethoria has only just begun. The echoes of battle may fade, but the call to adventure rings eternal. Will you answer that call? Will you delve deeper into the mysteries that await, unravel the secrets of the Draketide coast, and face the darkness that threatens to consume all? The choice is yours, hero. Don't miss a single moment of this epic saga. Like this video to fuel the fires of adventure, and subscribe to our channel to ensure your place among the legends of Ethoria. Hit that notification bell, and you'll be the first to know when new episodes drop. Until next time, may your critical hits be many and your fumbles few.